Finally making something for myself again after all of the fit issues that I had with the Fiona sundress and the marigold trousers. I finally think it's time to sew something for me again. So after 2 weeks of sewing it just for the kids, this weekend I decided to iron out the fabric that I want to use for the Indigo Dress by Tilly and the Buttons. So I ironed out about 2 or 3 meters of the fabric that I had because it's just been rolled up in my stash for about 2 or 3 years. So that was all ironed out. I also adjusted my pattern pieces. So the pattern pieces for this, they are slightly curved at the waist area, and because I want to insert an elastic, I thought it would be a lot easier if I just straightened out those seams. So what I did to straighten it out was I used the side seams as a guide. So after folding in this bust start, I matched the seam to the back bodice, made sure that it matched, and then I just cut it off over there at that point at the waist and just straighten it out there. So for the front bodice I actually had to add an extra piece of paper, but for the back bodice I just needed to fold a piece of the paper back. But I won't chop it off completely because I'm just thinking if I want to make this again without the elastic channel, then I'll just leave it as is and it will be ready for the next time. So as it stands, I have most of the pattern pieces cut out. I just have to cut out one back skirt and I need to cut out the sleeves, and I am going to go for, is it the bracelet sleeve that they call it? So about this length over here, because I'm thinking that I want to be able to wear it for the cooler months now that are very fast approaching, because today I've even got a sweater on because it's very cold outside for me. So I do think that a long sleeve is going to be the best option for this dress. I also prepared the facings for the neckline, and how I did it this way was so much easier for the type of fabric that I'm dealing with. So what I did first is I took the template, cut out the interfacing, and the interfacing I then fused to the fabric so everything was then stable, and then I cut around my interfacing. It is so much easier that way than trying to cut out from the fabric and the interfacing and then try to match them up, because there has been occasions where they do not match up at all because the viscose moves so much. So cutting out interfacing first to fuse and then cut out, I felt was the easiest way to go for this one. Another little adjustment that I made, which is not exactly an adjustment, but for the bodice I'm cutting out a size 2, but for the skirt I'm cutting out a size 3. Having looked at the picture on the front of the cover of the pattern, I feel that there's not enough gathers because I do quite like a lot of gathers. So I thought for the skirt I just cut the next size up, so a size 3, just to allow me to have more gathers around the waist. Plus the elasticated waist is going to bring it in, so I will have lots of little gathers there. For the length of the skirt, I didn't do anything there either. For Tilly and the Buttons, I don't need to normally make adjustments. They tend to fit me right where I want them to. So let's see where this hangs once it's all finished. And if anything, if it's too long, I can just chop off a little bit more. And if it's just right, I'll just make a smaller hem. So I won't worry too much about that one. The dress is pretty simple. There's not many seams to do, not many shaping to do apart from the bust starts. So I think I will be able to finish this one pretty quickly this week, but I don't want to jinx it because every time I say that I will be able to finish something this week, it's not normally the case. So I don't want to jinx this one right now. Let's just go with the flow. Anyway, if I do manage to get along quite quickly with this one, the plan is to start with the hanbok vest and use that wool mix that I got about 2 or 3 weeks ago now from Leon's. It has just been playing on my mind constantly, and I think I have chosen the fabric that I want to put on the back side so that it is reversible. So for the front side it's going to be that wool. The plan is to have black binding and black ties, and on the inside I want to use that fabric that I was supposed to use for my daughter's teacher's gifts, which was a black cotton with just 2 white stripes going down, because I think that's going to go really well with the black binding, and it's going to match with a lot of things in my wardrobe too. So that is the plan for now. It may change though, because as you know, probably you do this yourself, what your mood is today and the fabric you choose today could be different from your mood and the fabric that you choose in a couple of days time. So let's just see if I actually go with that in the end, but I will obviously report back to you what I do with that. I also want to tell you that the birthday gift that I made for my daughter's best friend was very well received and she loved it. So I am so happy about that one. And I made the matching bows with the same fabric of the skirt, and they were the cutest bows I've ever made. My daughters thought the same, and of course they wanted some for themselves and for school. So school started on Wednesday for us last week, and I managed to finish 4 bows Tuesday evening. I did make the mistake of asking them how many bows they wanted each. I was just going to make 1 each, but their response to my question was they wanted 2 each. So I ended up making 4 bows just for the occasion that they were going to wear 2 ponytails, so 1 bow for each side. And I must say that that is how they went for their first day of school. They wore 2 ponytails, but one was actually in a plait and the other one was just a ponytail. And we had the 2 bows, 1 on each side. They looked super, super cute. Unfortunately though, one of the bows did break. So the alligator clip on the back of the one snapped off completely, so one of the teeth. The other part is still there, but I'm gonna have to rip this off. Probably rip off this band as well that is holding it all together and reattach another alligator clip. It was probably just faulty, or I don't know if it fell on the floor and someone stepped on it. I have no idea at all, but it is snapped. However, the ones that are still intact, I think they are just super, super cute. I've even been thinking of making these bows for myself because I absolutely love bows. When I was a teenager, I used to wear bows in my hair, I think nearly every day. And I still have some of those bows kept in my accessory stand. My kids sometimes play with those bows as well. I'm kind of hoping they are still all there. I'm not sure, I haven't checked in a while. But I'm thinking, should I make myself some bows as well, just to add to my hair, because why not? So there's 3 sizes in this pattern. I've used the Sailor Sydney, or the Sydney Sailor bows by Made for Mermaids. There's 3 different sizes: small, medium, large. This is the medium size. The smaller size I think would be something for dolls, maybe to match up for girls and dolls. And the bigger size I think would be perfect for maybe me. So just have a little ponytail with the rest of my hair down and add the bow, or just something like that. I don't know really if I will make one, but just the sound of it is quite exciting for me. So let's see if I actually do anything. Besides all of the sewing, a little update on the 1-day sewing celebration that I'm hosting at Janome in November. All of the tickets have now sold out. So I just want to say thank you very much to all of you who booked a ticket. I am super excited and I cannot wait to see you there on the day. There is no specific dress code for the event, but I do want to wear something a little fancy, but something that I would be able to wear again just on my day-to-day life. One of the patterns that I am thinking I could make up is the Rose Cafe Bustier by Daria. And I was thinking to make it in not a flashy, shiny fabric, but something maybe like a cotton or a denim, and I would add tie straps, a maybe midi length skirt. And because it's going to be in November, I'm probably going to freeze if I just wear it like that. So I was thinking of putting a long sleeve, maybe mesh t-shirt on, something like that. Another option that I was looking at is making the Somerset dress by the Petite Dressmaker, which is form-fitting at the bust. There's a bit of ruching under the bust. It's got a bit of a puffy sleeve, and then it's just a straight midi skirt. I think those 2 are the best contenders up to now. I've only given it a few days of thought, but I do really need to get a move on, because for both of those I would need to make 12s, because my body size has since changed since the last time I made the Rose Cafe Bustier, and I've never made the Somerset. So I do need to twirl it because they are so form-fitting. So I do need to get a move on for that. We are already first week of September is gone. I have about 6-7 weeks left to go to the event, and if you already know me, I take a long time to finish something. So I do need to get a move on, pick out some test fabric, and then just keep going. But please help me decide which one of the 2 do you think would be the best option, or that you would like to see made up. So let me know in the comments below. Something else that I've been thinking about is organizing a little Christmas party or lunch at the beginning of December, just before all of the craziness kicks in for Christmas, for us to get together, have a bit of relaxing time, have a bit of food and maybe a drink or 2. So if you are in the Manchester area, in or around Manchester, and would love to have something like this, please let me know in the description box if you would come. Would you prefer something like a party vibe? Would you prefer something just like a lunch? Would you want to have anything specific on the menu? Or is there any other sort of event that you can think of that you would like to go to that I can organize for us all to be together? I would love to know. Other than that, let me know if you got much sewing done over the summer and what are your plans now for the autumn winter season. That's it from me today. Bye for now.